Hey y'all, it's Danii Roundtree,
And it's Dan the Man, Daniel Roundtree.
and you're listening to
Tree talk.
Daniel. We talked about this. You are not going to do this
Come on,
moving
I'm trying to
forward.
I'm trying to mix it up. I mean, see, she's
Nah,
always
nah, nah. It's
I've been
quiet.
thinking about this
It's
all week, and I
quiet.
said to myself, you know what?
It
I'm gonna mix up
is
that tree talk.
quiet. It
I
is
bet
quiet.
everybody be singing it in a week.
And guess what? It is quiet. So let's go on to the next segment.
So the first segment of the day is always what's
That's
happening.
right.
What's happening? What's happening? Hey.
And as you guys know, the world is still in a mess. A lot of stuff is going on. But more importantly, I have to say, rest in peace to Senator John Lewis.
Yes,
Moment of
legend.
silence for Senator John. Now, quick fun story. I thought his name was Thomas Lewis. I
Oh
felt
my
horrible
God.
about that. My sister
Girl,
corrected me with
Daniel
quickness.
lost his black card.
Listen,
Okay. You do
listen.
not know who legendary John Lewis is, who marched with Martin Luther King? Nah,
Oh, Lord.
you are not
Listen,
black for the next 24 to 48 hours. And we will
that's a
talk,
long time.
we will talk later about your blackness and your black card because it has been revoked. Rest
Oh,
in peace,
it's
John
John.
Lewis.
John and Tom sound very much
And
alike. But listen,
congratulations to Nikema Williams, who has been picked to replace Senator John Lewis on the November ballot. That's dope. I can't
shout
wait
out
to see it.
Nakima. I don't know who she is. I love her
Oh my
name though. That
God.
sounds very, very strong. Like a strong
Y'all,
black woman.
I am
Shout out
so
Nakima.
sorry. Mom, I am so sorry.
Man, listen, Nakima. She sounds like she uses cocoa butter and shea
Senator
butter,
Nikema, to
and
you.
I love
And
it. I'm all
you
for it.
are
I'm
not
all for
black
it.
for the
Shout out
next
Nakima.
24 to 48 hours. Please do not acknowledge me or
Oh,
my
you can't take my
blackness.
black card
It's
ever.
fine. It is
Listen, what's
dope.
happening in the world aside from the passing of
You
Senator
tried it, y'all.
John Thomas Lewis
Oh my
is
God.
there's a lot going on. Nick Cannon got canceled literally from his actual show. Megan got shot in her foot by Tory. A lot of crazy stuff going on. We don't have time to get into it. Do a little research. It's been a crazy last couple weeks, but we want to go ahead and transition to Diddy Bop because I
That's
know
right.
Big Sis is bringing that heat.
Right. And again, to all my black people that are listening to this, I apologize for Daniel and his lack of blackness. And once again, his blackness has been
First off,
revoked
I'm blackity black black
for the
black
next
blackity
24 to
black
48
black.
hours. But moving on to the Diddy Bop of the week. I have to nominate Buju Banton for Buried Alive. Welcome
Can you
back,
say the name
Buju.
again? Can you say the
Buju
name one more time?
Banton. Yo, his new album is fire. Buju, you are killing it. Please go listen to the new album. And also, I think Buju is going to get another Grammy for this. It's so heartfelt, and I was super inspired by this
Okay,
past
I'm
album.
scared
It's
to
super
ask this
passionate.
because I already lost my black card. But who is Buju Banton?
Okay, Daniel,
Who is that?
let's
I don't know.
let's just
What kind
talk
of
later.
music? We talking indie? We talking R?
Reggae.
Oh, okay. Shout out to my reggae, Bradley. Why you didn't say that?
You tried it. Let's move on.
So listen,
Oh my God, y'all.
I'm
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 so sorry.
disappointed that I don't know who Buju Banton. I don't even know if I said his name right because I mess with reggae heavy. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and transition because according to my sister, I'm taking 2 L's, and I'm trying to remind her I never take L's. But anyways, we
You
have
took it today.
a lot to talk about today, and I know I say that every time, but I don't care. You're gonna continue listening because today we're hopping on the Jeffrey Epstein bandwagon, and they have some crazy stuff going on. Listen, I'm glad, sis, that we aren't very, very important people yet in this lifetime, because I would not want nobody coming for me just for talking about this.
You, you worried about this, and you didn't know who Buju Banton was or John Lewis. You know what? I'm sorry, y'all.
Can you
Let's
say his
stay
name
on
one more
topic.
time? Just one more
Buju
time.
Banton. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just a little disappointed. Come, carry on, Daniel.
So listen, as I was saying, if you don't know, maybe you missed last week, shame on you in regards to our podcast that keeps you entertained. We talked about the arrest of Giselle Maxwell. Maxine, I don't know, I'm messing up all the names today. I already
Oh
lost my
my
train of
God.
thought, so it doesn't matter. But she got arrested, and she was
She
Jeffrey Epstein's
did.
mistress. And if you don't know, Jeffrey Epstein apparently hung himself, which was false because the autopsy results say Jeffrey Epstein had all types of abrasions to his neck bones and all different types of things that you cannot get from hanging yourself leaning forward. So, what we're diving
Exactly.
into today, I don't want to call it a conspiracy episode, but we want to talk a little bit about Mr. Epstein, his little documentary, which is mad disturbing. Like I
Oh,
told
yo,
uh,
Daniel, Surviving Epstein is coming out on Lifetime. Did
oh,
you
he's
hear
getting
that?
another documentary.
No, but this is going to be like the Surviving R. Kelly. It's just the Surviving Jeffrey
Oh,
Epstein
I'm gonna have
version.
to tune
The
in to
same
that one.
producers.
I'm gonna tune
Boy, you
in.
couldn't even get through the first episode of the documentary.
Listen, that
You was
documentary,
crying.
that was crazy. So if you guys live
Man,
under a
okay.
rock, you know nothing about Jeffrey Epstein, just to shed a little light. So this guy, multi-millionaire, he was the pride and joy of New York at one point. In regards to living the American dream, he made his money from being a finance mogul. Before that, he was just a regular Joe Schmo. He was a teacher. You didn't know that. He
Yes, he
went into the
was.
world of finance and boom, made millions of dollars. On top of that, making those millions of dollars, he had very, very high profile friends.
Yes,
And
he
by high
did.
profile, talk about some of these friends, because I know you
Bill
know.
Clinton, Donald
Oh,
Trump, Queen
oh,
Elizabeth's son,
oh,
Prince Andrew.
oh.
Basically, all the rich people. Okay. He
So,
knew everyone, and they were going out to his island. We're going to talk
oh yeah,
about
talk
all
about the
this, honey.
island. Talk about that island dude.
Well, apparently, Jeffrey used to invite his friends to this beautiful island, and there were underage girls supplied to these people that he brought out to the island. Now, Daniel, do you think some of these high power people like Bill Clinton and President Trump, what do you think went down? Because I watched the documentary and they said that Bill Clinton never did anything. Do you believe that?
You know, it's tough. It's tough because you never really know what's fake news or what's real news. So people are documenting and saying Bill Clinton never did anything, but you never really know who they've already contacted and by who. I mean, the Clintons. I mean, they have a lot of power. They have a lot of ability to, pay people off, lots of money. I don't want to speculate because, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And maybe he just was just boys with Epstein. But I will say this, and
Hmm.
I will say it with my chest out. There's no way that all of these figures and individuals were this close to this man and not participating. I don't believe it. I think there's plenty
So
of
you think some foul stuff was going on with Jeffrey Epstein and his guests with these young
what?
girls?
What? Yes.
Because
What
they're
are you
saying
talking
that Epstein sexually exploited and abused dozens of minor girls at his homes in Manhattan, New York, Palm Beach, Florida, and the island. So those are
Yeah,
some serious charges.
Epstein was the worst kind of pedophile. I just want to expand because maybe there's some people they know the name, they don't really know what he was really doing, and maybe they didn't even watch the documentary, sis. But
Right.
this dude, like, I only watched one episode, so I can't go in detail. But I did do research, so I have enough to talk about with this crazy sick man who is now unfortunately dead. But I don't want to wish death on anyone. But if all these allegations are true, this is something that is wow, crazy. So he was inviting. It started allegedly with him inviting girls over from massages, and I'm talking. I'm not
Right.
talking women. I'm talking girls, little girls, 16 and under, and he was paying them upwards of $200, $300 just to rub his back. Mind you, while he was getting his back rubbed, he would instruct the girls after he thought they felt comfortable to get completely naked, and then
Hmm.
he would end the back rub session with him masturbating, jacking off, beating his meat, whatever you want to call it,
Oh my
at
God,
the naked
Daniel,
woman. I'm sorry, I gotta get graphic.
you.
Viewer expression is
Oh
advised,
my
but
God, Mom,
listen,
I'm so sorry. Oh,
listen, Linda, listen. This is horrible.
It is
horrible.
horrible, but can
And
we
that's why
refrain
I'm
from
glad
saying beating your meat?
oh my God. So we talking about a man who was out here objectifying, having sex with young little babies, and you
Yes,
want to
he
get mad
was.
about me saying beating the meats?
Carry on, Daniel. You just getting worse
Anyways,
about his.
like I was saying, this man would do that, and then it escalated into other pedophilia and weird, freaky stuff. And the thing is, it sounds as though he had these girls recruit other girls. He had a whole pyramid
Yeah,
scheme
but
set up.
it escalated to trafficking because he was then trafficking these girls that had formerly rubbed him down to his friends and stuff. So that's where it gets messy, Daniel.
Yeah, yeah. Talk about that, sis, because I read about that. Yeah, he was then recruiting girls, and there's one in particular. I don't know if you read about this one, but if you don't talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it.
No, expand. Who you talking about?
Okay, so you talked a little bit about the prince out there in England.
Oh yeah, Prince Andrew.
Yep,
And
yep.
I
So
forgot what is the young lady's name who accused Prince Andrew again?
I have no clue. It starts with a H. I think it's Haley or something like that, though. Who knows? But regardless, she's a victim. If it's true, we'll never really know, unfortunately, without DNA evidence. But apparently, this girl, let's just call her Haley. Let's just make up a name
No,
for
her
her.
name's Virginia.
Oh, see, I was close though.
Oh my gosh.
Those, listen, those are almost the
So
same.
sorry.
Like Haley, Virginia. There's a lot of Haleys that live in Virginia. So, anyways, like I was saying, Haley from Virginia was already doing.
Virginia.
I guess we gotta be politically correct. Virginia was already doing stuff with Epstein. So had already been recruited, and I don't know if it happened at the island, sis, or if it happened in England. I don't know, but I don't think it was U.S. Soil. And she was told she had to do the same exact thing that she was doing for Epstein for Prince Andrews,
Yes,
and
actually,
it
Prince Andrew actually admitted that it was wrong to visit Epstein in New York. So it was in New York.
was in New York.
Hmm.
Wow, on U.S. soil, crazy stuff, and like this is the prince. This is equivalent of one of the president's kids, pretty much doing something horrendous like this. So that's just one accord. That's just one case where that's one high profile person. But keep in mind, it's presidents, it's current presidents. Epstein and Trump were really really good friends, and
But they
Trump
all have
had
since denied knowing Jeffrey Epstein or not really having as much as an in depth relationship that it had
who
previously
denied it?
perceived. President Trump denied it.
First
He
off,
denied
he
not
has a
really
famous
knowing him
quote.
that well.
He has a famous quote saying, uh, Epstein's a great guy. He's a millionaire like myself, and he loves beautiful women that tend to be on the younger side, just like
Well,
myself.
just to
Have you
quote
seen that quote?
President Trump, he said, I've known Jeff for 15 years, terrific guy. Okay. He's a lot of fun to be with. I've even
Hmm.
said that he likes beautiful women, just like you just were saying. And then he fast forwards and says, a few years later, I had a falling out with him. I haven't spoken to him for 15 years. I was not a fan of his, that I can tell you. So he just flipped the script.
And I mean, hey, but at the end of the day, I'll believe that Trump has had falling outs with tons of people. And just like I said with Bill, I'm not going to implicate Trump just because he's cool with somebody. Me and you, sis, are both from the crib. We from South Florida. I'm sure you've had some friends that have engaged in some criminal activity, and I've had some friends for sure that have engaged in some criminal activity. I've never been a criminal. I've never been on that. That's never been my prerogative. So I will say that
I
I can
mean,
understand that you can be, I guess, distant friends or even acquaintances with someone who does horrible
the fact of
things,
the
but
matter is,
not your mindset.
once all the allegations became known, everybody started saying they didn't know him. Okay, I get it. That 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 case was so deep that anybody that is associated with that would obviously be negatively impacted. So nobody wanted to claim being friends with him. Dan,
Absolutely.
come on, that's a liability.
Absolutely. And it makes it even more sketchy that he died in police custody. So, I mean, you got to think it from a standpoint of someone's dying while being protected by federal custody. This is the Fed, not, you
Well,
know,
I mean, his girlfriend, Miss Maxwell, she's saying that she also fears for her life and she might
as she
meet the
should,
same fate as Jeffrey Epstein.
as she should. So let's talk about Giselle. Giselle also has been reported to have
Are
been
you
named.
saying her name right?
Yeah, I'm saying it right. I'm saying it right. Go ahead and Google it. You say I should be fact checking me. Like, okay, I'm gonna
But
call Virginia
it's not
Haley.
spelled Giselle. I don't think you're
Go
saying
ahead
this
and
lady.
Google it. It's Giselle. I'm telling you. Poking my chest out on this one. It's Giselle. But
But
anyways, like I was saying, so this Giselle also
Ghislaine?
has
Daniel, you're not
been
saying this lady name
no,
right. Look
she's
how it's
been
spelled. Okay, whatever.
it's Giselle. But anyways, she has been known to also be a recruiter for these underage women. She's also a pedophile. But the thing is, with her case, I don't know if you heard about this, sis, because it just happened, I believe, today or yesterday. A federal judge who was just assigned to the case has had someone break into her house, kill her son, and injure her husband in what it looks to be a planned attack. And
I
it
heard.
sounds as if they fought him off after the son was killed, maybe with their own firearms. Where it gets even more weird is the FedEx person or whoever it was that broke into their house then killed himself. They say he died from self-inflicted wound, which usually means he shot himself either in the heart or the head. If that's not sketchy, maybe they're feeling like, well, we can't get to her directly yet, so let's
Right.
go ahead and
That's why
start
she's
working
now
on these
reporting that
judges.
she's fearing for her life. And just so you know, Daniel, the way to pronounce her name is Ghislaine Maxwell. I
I
just
don't even care.
checked it. Okay.
You just
I'm
said
just
just so you
saying.
knew. Like I say no. So we won one, whatever.
Either
No,
way,
you
she's scared now because of what just transpired. And to be honest, I'm sure she's been snitching and she knows her days are numbered.
yeah, I think what's gonna end up happening, sis, is either she's going to suffer the same demise as Jeffrey Epstein, sadly, and someone's gonna get to her and kill her. Or she's going to have the ability to testify and shake up the entire world.
Yeah, and she'll have to go in protective custody, but who wants to live like that?
So, well, her life is pretty much over already. It's either a prison cell or protective custody for the rest of her life. Regardless,
Well,
she'll
you reap
never have
what
a
you
normal
sow,
life
Dan.
again.
And they ruin the lives of many young women. So it's just horrible how this transpired. It's even more horrible that people knew what was going on and stayed silent for so many years. The culture then was so different. So we have to be grateful for movements like the Me Too movement that just kind of opened the eyes to the American population of what really happens. These sex trafficking rings are huge. I mean, here in Atlanta, Dan, it's still huge. And little kids, little girls, little boys are being trafficked all the time.
I mean,
You have no
Wayfair just
idea.
got called out for sex trafficking, and
Yeah, and
their
allegedly
CEO
they're
stepped
tied
down.
to her. This is what I'm hearing, that it's all tied to her. And perhaps she was the whistleblower and told on them. You know what I'm saying? I believe that lady is going to do what she has to do to try to stay out of prison.
Here's the thing. I think that everyone at this point is expecting something horrible to happen to her, and that's so sad to say that. But the thing about it is, he he's imagine if the news does come out. Let's say literally everyone that you think of is involved. Clintons, Trumps, Prince Andrew. Uh, I've seen a long list of people who have visited just the island in general. Even Jay Z's on that list. I doubt Jay Z had anything to do with it, but who knows? So there's this long list, right? Let's say half of that list is high-ranking senators, presidents, world leaders. How do we progress forward? Are we going to then arrest these people
And
or
you know good and well that's not
forgiven?
going to happen. And that's why something might unfortunately happen to Ghislaine, or however in the world you say this lady name.
Giselle.
That's
I'm a
not
ride.
her
I'm
name.
a
It's
ride
not
hard.
Giselle. Her
I'm
name
a
is
ride hard with
Ghislaine.
Giselle. It's Giselle to la
Yo,
sex.
y'all, I'm so sorry for my brother, man. My mom dropped him on the head when he was young, and he
She
just
a
never
hater,
recovered
man. Her
properly.
name is
That's why I'm
Giselle.
the good-looking, fabulous one
It's
of the
Giselle. She gonna
family.
look it up and be like,
It's
damn, he
Ghislaine.
was
I just heard
right.
old girl just say her name on the interview
It's Giselle. But
because
anyways, listen,
I,
Giselle is should
yo,
be
Miss
worried for her
Maxwell.
life. Miss Maxwell, Giselle, it kind of rhymes, but she should be worried for her life because listen, I heard they're already moving her from cell to cell because they don't want people to start knowing her patterns. I'm like, dang, doesn't the FBI have her? Like, if you gotta worry when she's in FBI custody, imagine if she was in regular jail.
It's a wrap for her, man. It's a wrap.
But like you
Did
said,
I mean if
deserves it.
she's
The
snitching?
sex
I know
trafficking
she's
thing's crazy.
snitching, Daniel. If she's snitching, man, there are going to be people who are afraid to be exposed. Like, come on.
And you know what? If they are exposed and it does go all the way to trial, I hope that they get what's coming to them because no in no world is pedophilia okay. In no
Right.
world is sex trafficking okay. In no world is
Sex
anything
trafficking.
involving kids okay. Like or even women who don't consent. Like come on, come on. It's 2020. The fact that this stuff might have happened in the 90s, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
This was happening in the 2000s too, Dan, and it's still happening now. I'm telling you, it's a lot of high powered people that just have very weird fetishes, and they need to be prosecuted because if you are abusing children, there's no excuse. Period.
Okay, let's talk about the why, sis, because you know I've heard from people who are the high end entertainers that they have so many women, they get tired of women. Why? Why is why do you think these people who have all this money and power are okay with preying on children when they can have
It's just
pretty
what
much
they're
anyone they
sexually
want?
attracted to. They're sexually attracted to women. I mean, to children, excuse me. That's a sexual
How?
attraction that they have. I can't explain how, but I watch documentaries and things of that nature. They are sexually attracted to children. That's what they like. Just like sexual attraction has nothing to do with your identity, right? So some people just have different sexual attraction, like they're into bondage or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like that's what turns them on. And unfortunately, that's one of the dark ends of sexual attraction because that involves a child. But
That's a mental illness. That's something that they should have. Bring back the death penalty for that. That's something that should be zero tolerance. Um, Anything involving children, uh, a child can't consent, and I know there's conflicting views for this, but their mindset isn't developed enough to understand what they're consenting to. Even at 16, you're not really thinking. They're probably thinking, "Oh, well, they gave me $200. Might as well do more." Like that could have been
right.
their first, second, or third, sexual experience, and it's with a grown person. Like
I
that
mean,
is,
I know there are pedophiles that they kind of like stand up for what they are attracted to. They at one point pedophiles were trying to add themselves to the LGBTQ flag. And I was like, what in the world? Because they love differently. Like a lot of them justify
man,
their love for children, and they don't see anything wrong with it. But it's
nah.
scary.
I can't fly with it. That's like a murderer trying to classify with someone who likes to go hunting. Now, while I'm not a fan of hunting and all that, and I don't advocate for hunting, it's obviously it's not the same. You're a murderer. You kill people. You're a pedophile. If you are sleeping with children, it's not the same as a man loving a man, or whatever it may be. Like no judgment. At the end of the day, these are people who need to go down, and I don't care who it is, if it's a politician, if it's a prince, if it's a singer, actor. I've heard Woody Allen, and I've heard all these other
You'd
people
be
in
surprised,
Hollywood.
Daniel. Like a lot of men prey on young girls. A lot.
Oh, I know
not
that.
just
I mean,
not just high powered people.
so what do you think should be done to stop this? To stop this whole, I guess, ring of sex
Unfortunately,
trafficking.
because there's higher ups that are involved in it, I don't think it'll stop. I don't. Because from what I've read, it's people that we would least expect that are a part of these rings, and they're very wealthy. So if you have the most powerful people in the world doing these type of things, how can it be stopped, Dan?
So just because you have money, you're allowed to do whatever you want, pretty much.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. But I
You know what
do
I'm
think
saying?
what's
Is
done
that
in
what
the
the
dark
world?
will eventually come to the light anyway. So, Jeffrey Epstein was on top of the world. I'm sure he probably never thought he'd go to jail, and he got his day. So what's being done in the dark will ultimately come to the light. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying people of that power and privilege, it's gonna be hard to bring them down. It is. That's why Jeffrey was either killed himself or
He
was
didn't kill
killed, whatever the conspiracy theory is. You know, it's kind of a coincidence that he died before really spilling all the tea. You know what I'm saying?
So a
So
lot
I
of
don't
people
know, man.
also are saying that Hillary's emails that she deleted had had
Man, I don't even want to get into that on this episode.
I'm just saying we talking
I'm
about it.
not.
And I'm just saying it has some stuff in there. It's a conspiracy. I don't know, and quite frankly, it's none of my business. I'm just saying though, if we talking about Jeffrey and all
Mm-mm.
his friends and the emails, it's very interesting to think of as a theory of, well, was something like that in there? Who knows?
Who knows, Dan? Who knows?
Who knows? But
And that's why he's dead right now, unfortunately. Who knows? Now, old girl is probably next.
so this is a trick of the rich and powerful that's been happening since the beginning of time. Dead people
Exactly.
can't talk. Dead people can't testify, obviously. And there's a long history of this. From all the way back in Caesar times, all the way up to obviously 2020. And it's just crazy that because they're so rich and powerful, it's never been pointed out as why is this okay? Why do people turn their head? You see the memes and stuff on Facebook. Almost kind of sad people make a joke of it, but it's one of those things where someone like me or you, Danny, there's literally nothing we can do. Uh,
That's what I said. I said that earlier.
yeah,
But what's done
literally.
in the dark ultimately comes to light. All these people that have been caught up in this foolishness with either raping women or sex trafficking children is coming to the light. So all you have to do is just sit back and wait. It's
So let
gonna
me
happen.
ask you a question. Do you believe in karma?
Absolutely. I wrote a song called Karma. You gonna reap what you sow. Oh, okay. You gonna reap what you sow. So that's what I'm telling you. Even the rich and powerful have their day.
Most definitely,
Jeffrey
and that's
Epstein
why
was
I
very
think women
powerful.
need to be strapped. As a woman, be strapped with something. If you have a knife, if you have a gun, whatever it is, I don't think everybody guns aren't for everybody, honestly.
Yeah, but this was different, Dan. This was my manipulation of young
Oh, I
women.
understand that.
This is different.
I'm just saying sex trafficking in general isn't just children. There's grown women getting sex
Oh yeah,
trafficked. So
absolutely.
I'm
They
just saying
snatching women out
awareness in
here too in
general.
Atlanta. Yeah, absolutely.
Awareness in general. Have a knife on your keychain. Have a gun. Have something to protect yourself because you know this is something for all younger women under the age of probably 40. Uh, it's something
Right.
you gotta be careful. You gotta protect yourself, sis. For yourself, be careful. You never know
I'm crazy,
watching you.
Daniel. One
Never
of the
know what's
tricks I do,
going
I
on.
just start acting crazy. Like when dudes try to come up to me or bother me or whatever, I'll just slap myself and start acting crazy, and they leave me alone. Ladies, you can do that too. If somebody's approaching you and you feeling threatened, just spaz out. I bet you they'll leave your ass alone.
What?
I
Yeah,
used to do
I'm
that in
sorry,
New York when I
y'all.
used
Like
to ride the subways late at night at home.
she
Oh
was
yeah,
actually
spaz
the
out. I'm gonna
jaw
act like
drop
I'm
on
crazy as
her head.
hell. You not gonna bother me. Daniel, I got a degree in acting. I mean, if you,
Everybody don't have a degree in acting, though,
but
sis.
you can become an actor in a
And
split second. When somebody is coming up to you, feeling threatened, you better spaz out and or and all that. I'm telling you,
what?
they'll leave you alone.
Wait
They'll
a
leave you alone.
minute. Wait a
They'll
hot
leave
minute.
you
Did you just
alone.
make an otter noise?
Hell yeah. Yes, I did.
Oh my god. All right. Well, it was been very interesting talking about Jeffrey Epstein. However, it's a little dark, so can I get an LOL?
Come on.
Laugh Out Loud is the part of our segment show where we talk about something funny that happened during the week. And there's been a lot of craziness as well as funny happenings here and there. But I mentioned it earlier and I gotta expand on it. I'm sorry. Hopefully, it's not my sister's Dumb Dummy of the Week. I actually think it is, so I'm gonna skip over that one. But I'm gonna touch on it for just a second. What the heck happened with Tori and Megan? That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to steal my sister's thunder, but some crazy
No,
stuff
Daniel,
happened.
that's not actually my dumb dummy of the week. So you can go ahead and expand on that if you like.
Oh, well, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. Well, thank you there. Listen. If you don't know what happened, maybe you're not a R&B or hip hop fan, but apparently Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the foot. I don't know if it was once. I don't
Yeah,
know
she
if it was
did.
twice, but she got shot in the foot, and the rumor is Tory. Yep,
Allegedly.
Tory Lanez allegedly popped her in the foot more than once. In fact, on top of that, not only did he pop her in the foot, they also got arrested by the Fed. Yep, 12 rolled up on them. They told her to back up, get out of the car. Her foot was apparently bleeding. I saw the video. It was crazy. What in the world? I just gotta laugh out loud because Tori, did she tell you no? What happened? Like, I don't know if y'all was dating or not. Megan's a little taller than you. That doesn't matter. You know, tall girls,
Oh my
shorter
God.
guys make
This man
beautiful
saying
couple.
Tori
So
had
I have no problems
bullying
with that. I'm
syndrome.
just saying, why?
Daniel, you're just on one tonight. Like I can't.
Why though? Like, sis,
Can't. Lord have
why?
mercy, I can't.
Why?
Listen.
I
How
don't know.
you don't know if they were dating or not?
If they was, that's a beautiful couple. See, I'm tired of that stigma. These short brothers need to have whatever they want. If they
Daniel,
want a tall
I am
girl,
taller
get
than
you a
Megan,
tall
and you
girl.
will not
This
see me
whole
with no
thing that
man
you gotta
that
be
is the
six
height
foot
of
eight.
Tory Lanez. He is 5'3". What
Okay,
you gonna do with
he's
Megan?
not 5'3".
She's
First
five.
off, I think
She,
Tory about 5'8", 5'9",
no,
something
he's
like
not.
that.
He's 5'3". Look it up. He's
Okay, I don't care
little.
how tall he is. I think Megan about 5'11", and maybe he wanted to ride
She's
that ride.
5'10". Well,
Okay, you
he needs to get some
5'10",
Prince
sis.
booties.
You 5'10".
I'm
What's wrong with
5'11 and a
5'10"?
half. I'm all legs, and he needs to get some Prince booties, and feel better about himself.
What? Did you say Prince booties? Like the
Yes,
shoes?
yes.
Oh,
What is wrong with that? I
listen.
don't think they were dating. Maybe he liked her.
I don't know. I saw the video. They was in the pool. Kylie was next to him. They was kind of snuggled up a little bit.
That's Hollywood, where weird people like artist people are all like lovey dovey like that. That that girl is too big for him, and not even big, too tall for him.
Okay,
But
so
who knows? It's 2020.
so
I'm
if you
not going to
tall,
discriminate, even
you
though
can't
I
date a
don't like
short.
shorter men. No, I wouldn't date somebody 5'3". Where are we going to go together? Chuck E.
What if he had an
Cheese?
amazing personality, made mad money, and he was like
That's
he was
Oh my God,
he
that's
chiseled
amazing, and
like
I will
good looking.
recommend him to date one of my friends that are 5'3".
Wow.
If
Was
we
that
go out
vanity?
somewhere,
Can we call that
we go
vain,
out
y'all?
somewhere, somebody trying to fight him. Come on, dude. They would punk him. If a girl like my height or Megan's height puts on heels, we're easily 6'4", 6'5".
So what?
That's not fair
Then
to
pick your
him.
man
He's
up.
five
Stand
three.
tall for your man. Hold him up.
Anyways, let's move on to the next segment because Daniel.
Stupid.
The dumb dummy of the week for me, and I am a huge fan of this guy, is Kanye West.
Oh my God.
Kanye, he
Oh,
announced his presidency. I mean, him running for the presidency, and he had his first rally, and he criticized Harriet Tubman.
Oh
started
my god.
crying. I love this guy's music so much, but
Oh my god.
sir, you're the dumb dummy of the week. I'm sorry. You just tried it. You just tried it. We can move on, Dan.
Can we have a moment of silence real
I
quick?
love him so much. Like, oh, Kanye,
Moment
like
of
college
silence for Kanye.
dropout Kanye. But
He ain't been the same since
yo, the gospel album is
his
dope
mother
to me.
passed
Like, I'm
away.
a true Kanye fan. Like, and even though I get criticized
Listen,
for it, I am a Kanye fan. But he
his
tried
music
it.
was dope at one point. I
Not
even liked his
the last
last
album
album,
was
the one in
dope.
Wyoming. Yeah, it was dope. But at the end of the day, a lot of artists, which I'm sure you can relate, sis, are really weird and crazy, and it's annoying. But and then why I say it's annoying is he can always just blame it on his bipolarism, and some of this is not bipolarism.
But they're saying
He's just
that this
a
was a
crazy person,
bipolar episode.
and that's what's annoying because he can always say that now, and we don't know when it's really just him on his BS. Listen, he's a marketing guru.
He
He's the
is.
same
He made
as
$170
Soldier
million
Boy.
last year. That's why he's the GOAT.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Same as Soldier Boy, same as colorful hair. What's his name? Is
6'9".
667,
Oh
69,
my
whatever.
gosh. You just don't know anybody's
He's the
name?
same as all these cats. And I bet when his album comes out next month, he's gonna make millions again. This is
Okay.
what he does. It's a marketing spam. He doesn't want to be president. But anyways,
Mm,
enough about that guy. Our promotions for the week. Sis, do you have any
I
promotions?
don't. But you know what? This is what we need to do. I need to put this PSA out. Small business owners, please reach out to us. We would love to promote your business as we grow. We'd love to grow with you and shout out your company. So if you might be interested, please hit us up. Daniel, tell them where they can hit us up at our email.
So you can email us at treetalk25. You can hit us up at treetalk25@gmail.com. That's treetalk25@gmail.com. While
Yes,
you're
and what we'll
doing that,
do, I'm sorry for interrupting.
no, go ahead. I
I
was
was
just
just
gonna
saying
say
we
like,
will start
subscribe, and comment.
pushing, yes, subscribe and like, comment, and we're going to start pushing small businesses because I feel like we haven't done our promotion segment justice. So hit us up. We ready. Next week,
We
then we
are
need to
ready.
have a small business that is ready to be shouted out on Tree Talk. Okay.
Yes, yes. Hit us up, please, sis. What we talking about next week? Let's give them a little sneak peek. Little sneak peek.
Our main topic next week will be touching on Tamar Braxton. Um, for some of you who may not know, she did allegedly try to commit suicide this past week. We want to touch on her and just mental health awareness. And it's a topic that we need to talk about because, especially in the Black community, we kind of brush mental health awareness under the rug. We need to put it in the forefront because a lot of us, including myself, I deal with my mental health issues all the time. Um, we need to be able to talk about it because sometimes a lot of
That's a
us don't
good
have
one.
an outlet, and it's an issue that needs to be addressed. So we'll definitely touch on that next week.
That's a good one. Tap in next week. It's coming at you quick. Tell them who you are, sis.
Once again, my name is Danii Roundtree,
And I'm Dan the Man, Danny Roundtree.
and you've been listening to
Tree Talk. Tree
I'm so sorry, y'all.
Talk.
I'm so sorry. Sorry, Mom.